Welcome back to Hawk Talk, your source for all things National Park College Nighthawk Athletics, here on the Nighthawk Network. With the athletic director, Rich Thompson, I'm Mark Oliver. Sports information for Nighthawk Nation. Hawk Talk is presented by the following sponsors: by Natural Hearing Centers, Ouachita Children's Youth and Family Services, Allen Tillery Auto, First Security, and CHI St. Vincent. If you would like to support Nighthawk Athletics this season, you can do so by visiting us online at np.edu/athletics. Coach, welcome back. Busy time, fall in session here for National Park College. Many of our sports wrapping up their fall season, some of them just beginning. Let's start with men's soccer. This is a huge opportunity for a team that struggled a little bit in year one, came out of the gate full blast in year two, and found themselves in the NJCAA district tournament in Missouri.
Yeah, what a great year for those guys. You know, Grant and Nikolai did an amazing job on them. The boys just kind of rose to the occasion. It was amazing watching them up in Missouri. You could just see that they had a bunch of leaders, and that was beautiful to see on the field. You know, when Grant's on the sidelines and he can't be on the field directing traffic, these boys are taking down that slack, and that's a credit to those boys and to Grant.
Taking on East Central College, a very good team. They played at Mineral Area College in Missouri. Nighthawks gave them everything they wanted. It was a close one all the way to the finish, falling in the district tournament, unfortunately 3-2. But congratulations to Grant Gartner and each of these guys, especially these sophomores that came back for year number two and said, you know what, there's still more work to be done here, and they accomplished an amazing job. They have made it farther than any team in National Park history in the postseason, and they should pat themselves on the back for that.
Yeah, 100%. That's the first time we've ever been to a district. And the districts when obviously you get through your region and then you go and play in other districts. And we had teams from obviously Missouri. There was teams from kind of all over the central part of the U.S. So it was a great event. Mineral Area has an amazing new complex, beautiful new field. And it was a great place to be.
Coach, basketball is back. The kettle has been jumping lately with men and women's basketball. The student section is wild. The stands are full. All feels well here at home at National Park College. Let's talk about these programs a little bit. Coach Dominic Battles bringing in some really good returners this year and a bunch of new faces that we've already seen in action, very talented. They had their home opener this week against Murray State and a very tough Aggies team coming into the kettle. Coach Battles in this non-conference schedule wants his team ready because he understands Region 2 and what it takes to be successful, and he wants the best of the best to come into our house to try to prepare his team to win this year.
I think that's necessary. You know, Grant talked about that a little bit, is that they didn't play enough really tough competition. So when it got to that point where it was a really strong and gritty game, that they needed it. So I think it's a great opportunity for those girls to really test their wills on early. That Aggies team was unbelievable. They could shoot from the perimeter like it was nobody's business. They did. I don't think they missed. So, but that was really the only difference. Our girls fought so hard all game, and they look like they're taking it in their stride, and they're keeping going on and improving.
Nighthawks 0-2 to start the season, but this weekend on the road at ASU Mid-South, they'll play in the Lady Greyhound Classic, and it's a tournament that the Nighthawks have usually fared very well in. They're looking for their first win of the season, first wins of the season headed into this weekend, and I think this team's going to surprise a few people once they hit the floor this weekend.
100%. They get on the road today, so they're going to be in action tonight, actually. Tonight and tomorrow, so that's Friday, Saturday, and they'll go out there and do a great job, and Dominic will have them ready.
Stay tuned to Nighthawk Athletics on social media for all the updates as the women's basketball team plays in the Lady Greyhound Classic this weekend. The men's Greyhound Classic was last week at ASU Mid-South, and the Nighthawk men showed out in a big way, sweeping the tournament. They're 3-0 at the beginning of the season, which is super impressive. We've talked about it a little bit. Coach Dylan Hargrove had to replace the entire roster coming into this season. No returners, but a ton of new talent and guys that have showed up and are willing to make some history here at NPC. We've seen him in action already in the kettle. This is a team that's ready to do big things this season.
Yeah, I know. Me and Dylan had many an hour in my office where he was stressing out when he was trying to replace the whole team. But I don't know if there's a better recruiter in the country. Honestly, Dylan is amazing at recruiting. He did it for baseball. He's done it for basketball. These guys are good. They're really good. Big weekend against Connors. That's one of those ones that is, they're a D1 program getting, nationally ranked, votes. So if we can knock those off, it'll be an exceptional win.
Of course, National Park College also receiving votes in the polls right now. So you have to think two teams going at it, a juggernaut matchup in the Kettle Saturday at 4 p.m. You're going to want to be there to see this. The Nighthawks and the Cowboys, both undefeated, headed into this showdown. Someone is going to go home really happy and likely ranked at the end of this contest when the rankings come out next week. So huge showdown. If you can't make it to the Kettle, you can catch the game live on the Nighthawk Network. Coach, basketball in session. And of course, for the other sports that have kind of completed their fall seasons, they're still out and about, growing, working in the classroom to get their grades up, and also helping out in the community. Your baseball guys are out helping set up for the Spa Running Festival this weekend. Coach Jason Armitage of men and women's cross country is very involved with this program and many running programs throughout the city. Tell me what it was like for your guys to go out there and give back to the community that they call home.
We love doing this. This is what we want our guys to really understand, is that Hot Springs is a great community, and we want to be a part of that. And we want everybody in the community to support us as just as much as we want to support them. It was great. It was outside, a little bit drizzly and rainy this morning, but a little bit cold. But we did a bunch of work that these guys were going to have to do, and we knocked it out really quickly. So that's great for them. They can kind of get into the nitty-gritty of getting a race prepared. And they kick off tomorrow. They got a 5, a 10, and a half marathon tomorrow.
Stay tuned to the Nighthawks on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. For the coach, Rich Thompson, I'm Mark Oliver. This has been Hawk Talk on the Nighthawk Network.